Before we get started, make sure to turn on post notification and subscribe to the channel. Real reason why Kenny Omega turned down WWE. The wrestling landscape is set to change, and in a big way, with the arrival of All Elite Wrestling, the newest company to burst onto the scene. AEW made its arrival this week with a rally that saw the company unveil several major names such as Pac and Chris Jericho. One name that has yet to be revealed as a roster member is Kenny Omega, and this has created a lot of talk over whether or not he'll be joining WWE or sticking with his friends in the Elite, after it has been reported that WWE offered him a big money contract. Well, the latest being the Elite episode pretty much gave away the answer. Omega claimed he had lost his phone in the episode, and at the very end, a phone was then found near where the group had been, and the infamous ticking clock sound, which has signaled all the other AEW signings such as the Young Bucks and Hangman Page, began ringing. This was a clear tease that Omega will be joining AEW once his New Japan contract has expired, which is after the Royal Rumble, for any WWE fans hoping he will show up then. But why did he turn down WWE's offer in the first place? Wanting to change the world. Kenny Omega's motto has always been that he wants to change the world, and if he truly means that, the only way he can do it is by jumping to All Elite Wrestling and playing his part in a new wrestling revolution. Simply becoming another spoke on the WWE wheel is never going to change anything, and even though fans would love to see Omega have a WrestleMania moment at some point, right now, the smart move is to stick with the Elite. The group is doing something that nobody ever expected, not just putting on another show, but creating an entire company that could possibly become a legitimate competitor to the WWE, something that hasn't happened since the WCW days. Omega has a chance to not only be part of that, but to be a major part, as he would instantly be one of All Elite Wrestling's top main event talents, and that is an opportunity he isn't turning down. Bad WWE memories. Even though he never made the main roster, Kenny Omega has technically worked for WWE before. Something that many fans don't actually know, Omega was part of WWE's developmental system, sadly prior to the days of NXT, and it's fair to say he didn't have the greatest experience. While there's no doubt that things have changed from the days when Omega was last part of WWE, that doesn't mean that he has forgotten the poor treatment that he suffered, and those memories are clear in his mind. On top of that, Omega has seen firsthand what WWE has to offer. Some of his friends have gone and had major success, like AJ Styles. Others have gone and totally flopped, such as Hideo Itami, and Omega simply doesn't seem keen on the idea. As well as that, the main reason people are talking about Omega possibly joining WWE is that Vince McMahon's company has reportedly offered him huge money to sign, which would see him be on the main event level contract. However, money doesn't always talk, and if it does, it shouldn't be forgotten that the Khan family is actually much richer than the McMahons, and they too are also offering big money, meaning Omega isn't losing out on anything by turning down WWE, potentially staying in Japan. Kenny Omega has become one of New Japan Pro Wrestling's greatest ever talents, and while he has revealed he's taking a break from the company, the cleaner never claimed to be retiring from the company. It has been reported that New Japan are desperate to keep Omega and use him again in the future, and this could possibly lead to a huge partnership between All Elite Wrestling and the leading Japanese promotion. For Omega, this would be the ideal situation, becoming a member of the AEW roster, while also getting to make appearances for New Japan, a promotion he has done so much for. This will also be a big boost for AEW, potentially allowing other New Japan talents to cross over, with Omega being the crucial link between them. Even though this isn't guaranteed to happen, with all those details still needing to be ironed out, it's more likely to happen working with AEW than it's with WWE, who has no interest in making deals with New Japan. Guaranteed creative control. While Omega staying in Japan isn't guaranteed, one thing that is certain is that Omega will have a decent amount, if not total creative control of his character when he joins All Elite Wrestling, and that is something that's very important to him. Given that Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks have roles higher up in the company and will likely be writing many of the storylines, there's no way that Omega won't be able to put his character the way he wants to. In WWE, there would be zero control for Omega, and he would simply have to do whatever he was told by the writers, just like the rest of the roster. With major names such as Omega, there's always slight apprehension about the situation, and that lack of creative control is something that probably put Omega off. Sticking with Elite, when All In was over, there was a lot of questions about the future of the core group and the direction they would be going. Some people questioned if the group would join WWE. Would they create All In too, or go their separate ways? However, the group always stated that they would be sticking together, no matter where they decided to go. And considering they all branded themselves as Elite, it was a clear decision that they agreed to just do that. While Marty Scurll hasn't joined just yet, he is expected when his Ring of Honor contract expires after WrestleMania weekend, and it only makes sense that Omega will stick with his friends as well. Even though Omega is arguably the best wrestler in the world, it has been through the Being the Lead series and the work alongside the group that has taken his star power to another level, and Omega is smart enough to recognize that. The group are stronger together and have the opportunity to change the game. With a brand new company and a big financial backer, with countless big names already signed, Omega will be foolish not to try and see what the future holds for AEW and stick with the Elite as he promised.